Since its inception in 2008, Record Store Day has helped in bringing interest back into older formats such as vinyl and cassette, and revitalizing your local record stores and independent labels. Over the years, the crew at the Rad Zone has been able to watch people get back into it and see vinyl come back to life.
It was a day where there were limited releases, some numbered, some not, but usually stuff that was either discontinued or rare live stuff from bands. Ranging from every genre of music. People always enjoy collecting music, I think, and it's a day that has releases obviously they can't get any other time, sometimes at all. Like some of them are limited to like 500 pieces around the world, or 1,500 even, but that's still not that much. There's about 538 pieces. It's perfect. It's meant to, the releases are meant to get someone who wouldn't ordinarily come in here, I guess, come in, but once they're here, there's lots to look at and there's lots to browse, and people often do take the opportunity to settle in here and take a gander at what we have to offer. Record Store Day has been growing exponentially almost every year. We've seen it from a few people waiting at the door to now there's easily 20 to 30 people waiting outside. I believe we had coffee and donuts waiting for us, which bribery doesn't get you too far, but it helps.
With many fun shapes and colors coming out, Record Store Day has become a chance for music collectors to acquire that unique piece.
They do stuff like reissuing now. One of my favorite bands, the Stooges. This was a new pressing that you can get. Pretty much all the Stooges stuff is available like that, and most older 70s bands are done like that. One of my other faves, stuff like Teenage Head, 1980 at Heatwave. And there's a little picture of me even on the front of this one that way. So you never know when you go to a gig where you'll end up years later.
Splatter vinyl, colored vinyl, see-through, different shapes. There's hearts, there's stars, there's pretty much anything. If it can be made, they'll make it. This is a first pressing of Bob Dylan, which is a very cool piece to have, not only to listen to, but conversation piece. And if you want to know more about Bob Dylan, we have books on musicians and biographies and whatnot. There's a few pieces I've gotten from Record Store Day that I haven't even cracked open. They're just on my shelf, and one day I'll probably have a drink and open it, but right now they're still sealed in my little treasures. Last year, Record Store Day, Guardians of the Galaxy, the guy had his little cassette player, his Walkman. They released that soundtrack on cassette, which is actually pretty cool. And this year Metallica is releasing one. So it's nice to see the old formats getting brought back into the spotlight again.
Despite the advancements in digital music, there are still those that are keen on having a real quality analog sound.
I think with a lot of people, and the younger people, is holding a piece of vinyl in your hand, putting it on a record player, all the movement and listening and re-queuing up, you're getting to actually play with it instead of just pushing a button going on. In a record, you're more to listen to that over and over again. You might play with it 3 times over, where generally you put a CD in and you play it once, you change the CD. So it becomes part of you with the vinyl.
You open it and you listen to it, it brings music into the conversation as opposed to background, and you talk about it. And that's, I think, what's missing these days with electronic devices.
People's collections are moved from CD to their PC or laptops and MP3 players, and then now again you're seeing it shift away from digital to one of the most analog sources of sound you can get, which is the record, the long play.
Our main objective is people to come in and have fun that day. We do giveaways, we do specials on stuff. We've got a DJ coming in, and it's just a busy day around here. Just spring is here, gets everybody out moving and playing their tunes. But in general, last year was a very strong year for us. Vinyl has grown by 900% in 3 years in sales. They've reopened and buying up pressing plants again. So it's vital. It will be here for a while that way. People like the sound of analog versus the digital sound.
Record Store Day is April 18th, so be sure to check out your local record stores and get your hands on your next piece. For Go Sault Ste. Marie, I'm Christian LeMay.